Good morning, everyone. So glad you're here with us. My name is Amy Bergstrom. I use she, her pronouns, and I am the Programming and Marketing Leadership Advisor in the Center for Leadership and Service. And I have the honor of coordinating the ThunderWeek program, along with the incredible teams in CLS and the Center for Cultural and Inclusive Excellence. Before we begin, I wanted to share some tips to enhance today's program experience. ASL interpretation is available and should be visible throughout the presentation. If you cannot see the interpreter, try switching to gallery view in the top right corner of the Zoom window. The program is also being recorded and will be available on the CLS YouTube page in a few days. If you have any questions, please use the Q&A feature. Click the Q&A button at the bottom of your screen to type in your questions. You can add questions at any time. We cannot see or hear our attendees, so if you have a technical problem or event question, use the chat feature. Click on the chat button to reach the session host. You are also welcome to use the chat function throughout the program to connect with other attendees. We would also appreciate if you could check in using our Google form. The URL will be posted in the chat. By checking in, you help us keep track of how many students we are serving with these programs and to get to know a little bit more about you. So thank you for your support. I'll put that URL in the chat. Oh, we got that. Perfect. Okay. We would now like to collectively take a moment to acknowledge all Indigenous and First People of the land and space in which we live and breathe. For our community at Highline College, we recognize that we are on occupied Duwamish, Coast Salish, Muckleshoot, and Puyallup lands, and we want to thank all relations and tribes today as we prepare to hold space as a community. We recognize that all of us are joining this conversation from different areas, so we also want to invite you to reflect and thank Indigenous and First People of the land and spaces in which you are coming from. Thank you. And thank you all again for joining us for our first ThunderWeek event for fall 2020. Although we held a small web welcome in spring quarter, this is our first full ThunderWeek held in a virtual format. We all certainly wish that we could be meeting in person and getting to know you face to face. And though we acknowledge that meeting in a virtual format is a different experience, we hope that this ThunderWeek can still help you feel welcomed at Highline, build community, and learn about the many resources available to you as a Highline student. If this is your first quarter at Highline, I want to extend a special welcome to you and applaud you for taking this step in your education. And for all of our returning Highline students, I am proud to work with you as you teach me what it means to be resilient every day. This year's ThunderWeek theme is Connect to Possibilities. As we connect via our virtual spaces, we hope that you will also find connections to one another and to our campus community. And we hope that you can all imagine together the possibilities for our individual and collective brighter futures and how your education at Highline will contribute to those futures. And I would now like to hand the mic to our hosts for this morning event, Doris Martinez and Thomas Bowie.
Good morning, everyone.
Highline, what is going on?
Welcome back, fall quarter. How y'all doing? Amy, thank you so much for the introduction. Doris and I get the honor of kicking off ThunderWeek this year with Coffee With, and you'll see that this series starts today, and we have one every morning for the rest of the week. And so you'll get to enjoy some coffee and tea time with Doris and Thomas.
Yes, we're going to be here every day, Monday through Friday, starting at 10. So come and check us out. But today, should we tell them what we have in store today, Thomas?
We should probably also introduce ourselves, like what we do and
That's kind of details. Yeah, let's do it. I'll start off. Hi, everyone. So Doris Martinez here, she, her pronouns, and I serve as the director for the Center for Cultural and Inclusive Excellence, and really excited to co-host today alongside my buddy.
Hi, everyone. This is Thomas Bowie, Director for our Center for Leadership and Service, he, him, his pronouns. And I always enjoy co-hosting with Doris.
Yes. So why don't we introduce and bring up our staff, our CLS and CCIE staff.
Yes. So as you all will see throughout the whole week, we will be highlighting some of the amazing resources we have on campus. This morning, we're going to start off with our center, the CLS and CCIE team. So we're just going to invite them on up, have them introduce themselves, what they do. And what was the question, Doris, that we had that we wanted them to answer?
Yes, the question for our introduction today is name or describe your ideal first day of school outfit. So, who wants to go first?
I'll take it.
All right, Marta.
Hi, I'm Marta Reeves, Program Manager for CLS. I use she, her, hers pronouns. And my ideal first day of classes would be ThunderWeek t-shirt and jeans.
Love it. Marta, you want to pick the next person?
I'll let Amy go.
All right.
Okay, it's me again. Hi again, I'm Amy Bergstrom, she, her, hers pronouns. I'm the Programming and Marketing Leadership Advisor in the Center for Leadership and Service. So the question Doris asked us before was like an outfit from that you did wear on your first day. So the one that immediately sprung to mind for me was, I think it was either kindergarten or first grade. I was in that age group in the early 90s. And I had it was like a black t-shirt and black skirt that had neon pink, green, and orange ruffles on like both the shirt and the skirt. And I was so proud of that outfit. Like I got that outfit, put it on, went to my neighbor's house to show it off. Like that was my ultimate first day of school outfit. That's like, oh, I'm so excited to talk about that. All right, let's pass it to Gio.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Thunder Week. My name is Gio Mark Vanello, and I am the Mentorship Program's Leadership Advisor with CCIE team. The question that Doris and Thomas gave us was kind of hard for me because I couldn't even remember what I wore yesterday. So I am going to answer like, so what's my ideal outfit? I wrote it down. So I will wear a parka, olive green color, and then I will have a sweater inside that is cream. The color is cream. I'll wear black pants, kind of tight, also ripped. And then I'll wear my Clark desert boots. So that's my ideal outfit. You know, maybe throw in there like a little scarf just to complete the whole look. But definitely ready for fall.
Oh,
That's my outfit. And I will choose, what's up, Betty?
Good morning, all. My name is Betty Vera. I am the Program Assistant for the Center for Cultural and Inclusive Excellence, and I use she, her, hers pronouns. My ideal outfit, because I also couldn't remember what I wore on the first day of school, would be ripped jeans, skinny jeans with Chelsea boots. I would wear a faux leather jacket, and I would wear a black shirt. All righty, let me pick the next person, Georgia, because she seemed like surprised and happy.
With the leather jacket. Oh my gosh. Hi all, my name is Georgia Peary. I use she, her pronouns. I am the club's leadership advisor. First day of school outfit. So in high school, I had to wear a uniform every day. And so when I got to college, I was like, all right, it's time to find my fashion sense. And my college, they always took like, there was a photographer that would go around the first day of school and like snap like people who looked really cute. So I like always tried to like make it onto that page. I never did. But my ideal outfit for the first day of school every fall was like this black shift dress with some like maroon leggings and my brown combat boots. And I would still totally wear that. I think I still have that outfit too. So yeah, that'd be my outfit. Let's go with Edwina.
Thank you, GP. Good morning, Highline family. My name is Edwina Fui. You may have heard Eweezy in other spaces. I use she, her pronouns, and I am glad to serve as the Intercultural Center Leadership Advisor within the Center for Cultural and Inclusive Excellence. Same as a few other folks, when Doris asked the question of like, describe your first day of school outfit, like I automatically think back to kindergarten. So I'm like, ooh, what did I wear? Or at least from like what memories do I remember? And the first thing that came to mind were the jelly sandals, if you all remember those. And then with like the pair of leggings, you know, with the leggings that have like the rubber band that goes under your foot. You know, I thought of those pants too. And definitely Pocahontas was my favorite Disney movie during that time. So I most likely was wearing either a Pocahontas t-shirt, or even like the other outfit I thought of was like, you remember like, I don't know if it's at Walmart, like the Hanes, like the sweater with the matching sweatpants. Those are the memories I think about outfits that come to mind. So yeah, I mean, I wish, do they have jelly sandals for like adult age? I think those would still be cute in some way. But yes, okay, Amy, yes, we were dressing the same. Okay. So that would be my, if I think back to like kindergarten and elementary school, that's like the outfit for sure that I was wearing. And I will pass it on to Aisha.
Good morning, Highline fam. Aisha Valencia, I use she, her pronouns. And growing up, I would wear a dress all year long if I could, but my family wouldn't let me. So this is the season where I'm starting to mourn and grieve the fact that summer is over. So the resistor in me would probably be wearing a dress for as long as I possibly can, which is okay because fall is also my second favorite season. So soon I'm gonna be all just in love with my scarf collection and my boots and you name it. So it's kind of a weird tension of the season for me where like I'm grieving my dresses, but then getting really, really excited for my scarves. So I might have to mix it up this week and wear a little bit of both, you know, just make it happen. Let's see, who is left? I think that's everyone, right? Did Thomas go? About his favorite outfit?
It is our staff. Doris and I haven't answered, so we probably should answer as well. If I'm gonna go back to a blast from the past, I think I was in like 3rd grade and I came to school on the first day in like a full like tracksuit. It was glorious, like blue. I think there was dinosaurs on the pants and like blue and white jacket top. That was great. I would do that again.
Are there photos of this?
There are no photos, no evidence.
I love it. For me, it was always about a statement backpack and some hoop earrings. So I've been rocking earrings since I was 4 months old. And as soon as I discovered hoops, as y'all can tell, I got my hoops on today. It's a never miss. And they've gotten bigger over the years, but I couldn't find my big collection today. So hoops and a really nice backpack is my thing. And heels as I got older. But yeah, now my knees are shot. So I don't know, y'all. I'm a little older now. All right. Thank y'all so much for answering. That was fun. And also, y'all feel free to include in the chat as well, like your ideal first day of school outfits, because we would love to read those as well. All right. Should we get ready?
Yeah. So to the audience, you'll see that, you know, the first part of our coffee or tea with series is introduction so that you all can get to know the people who we are chatting with. And then the second part, Doris and I are going to play games with them. So for today's center staff, we are playing a game that is inspired by Newlywed Game. It is, we're going to ask a series of questions to our staff, and our staff are going to put whoever staff member on our team they believe fits the question the best. Audience, please feel free to join in. You can take your guesses in the chat. But is our staff ready? Do you all have your markers? You have your paper? Are we ready to go? All right. Doris, you want to ask the first question?
Right. I'm going to ask the first question, Thomas. Y'all ready for this? Okay. Question number 1. Who would you refer a student to, who needs help with a design? Who would you refer a student to who needs help with a design? Who?
Okay, answers down until we tell you all to bring them up. There you go. Thanks, y'all.
Ooh. All right. It looks like they're ready, Thomas.
Let's see it.
Okay. ZJ, Amy, Maud.
That is true. Maud would be the team you send them to. But as far as staff members go, Amy is our supervisor of our Maud team, our marketing outreach and design. So if you are a club, an organization, SNA funded, Amy and her team are those who you go to for marketing help. I think Betty's answer was mirrored. So it was like, Wyma, and I was like, what just happened there? All right, question number 2. Who will one always see when entering the center?
Cheers.
Your answers.
Ooh.
Yes, I like how Betty didn't answer. Yes, when you are in our office, you will often see our student leaders, and Betty, who is at our front area, her office is up there. And so when you walk in, you'll see her and her team, the CRCs.
Who are the CRCs?
Are we playing Jeopardy now?
It's our community resource consultants. There's so many acronyms, y'all, but yes. All right. Question number 3. If you have questions regarding student organizations, who do you contact in our pro staff? They look done. Hold them up.
Yes.
Okay, this is great.
CLCs, which stands for Community Leadership Consultants, sometimes known as our clubs team. Yeah. So if you're ever looking to get involved or start a club, go see Georgia. This is where our questions are going to start getting a little sillier. Ignore the dogs in my background. Question is, who are you most likely to find on Doris's couch? I think we're ready. Go ahead, y'all. Yes.
Oh.
That's a good answer.
Oh my goodness, both correct, all correct. Yeah, so in the office, y'all, at the center, I have a nice leather couch, and yeah, Thomas hangs out there a lot. And apparently, my office is also known as the office where people come and cry and be comfortable and be themselves. So there you have it. All right. Here's the next question. Y'all ready? Doom, doom, doom. Which staff member can you often find at the Intercultural Center? Everyone looks so pensive. Are we ready?
Yeah, we're ready. Let's see it.
Eweezy, Edwina, yes. Edwina happens to be the Intercultural Center Leadership Advisor. That's her kick it spot at the ICC. Next one.
All right, y'all, next question. Who is the most organized in the office?
Controversial.
All right, let's see it, y'all.
That was great. Everyone said Amy, me, oh yeah, Aisha. Yeah. Solid.
It would be a very close tie. I actually am glad I'm not playing this game because I don't know who I would have said.
Does organized mean least hot mess? Oh, love it. Okay, y'all ready for the next one? Who has been working at the center the longest? Keep on thinking. Okay. Hold up your cards. Hey, Mama Marta!
Yeah. Marta is our CLS program manager, also our resident financial expert in our office. I know I always go to her if I have some questions on my finances, and so she's always good with the money and the numbers.
Boom. And Marta's starting off her 17th academic year at Highline. Much love, Marta. Love having you here.
All right,
Okay.
next question. Who would you connect with for service level opportunities?
Hold them up. Yes, it's Gia. So Gio is our mentorship program's leadership advisor and has been doing amazing work with our SAME, which is our service and mentorship engagement consultants. And so service learning opportunities, mentorship, peer mentorship opportunities, Gio is your person to go to. Yes. Y'all are great with this. Ooh. Which staff member, y'all ready for this one? Which staff member has an extensive tea collection in their office? I'm gonna sip some tea. Yes, yes. All right. Seems like they got that one pretty quick. Let's see. Ooh, oh. What do you think, Thomas? It is Aisha.
I think in the office, Aisha's got me beat, even though I often also have a nice collection of tea. If you ever want to meet with Aisha, I know she loves meeting with students, and she always has a hot cup of tea ready for you. So go ahead and make an appointment with her if you want to meet and get to know her.
Yes, great tea collection.
Tea collection. All right, next question. Staff, are you all ready? Which staff member can you catch with a new hairstyle every quarter? Yes.
Yeah.
My co-host, Boss Queen Doris, is definitely, sometimes you might catch her with a new hairstyle like bi-weekly. So you just gotta come visit and see.
It's kind of true, kind of true. I was gonna switch it up this week, but I got lazy, y'all. So y'all will see in October.
Got 4 more questions to go.
Right. Okay. This is gonna be a tricky one for our team. Which staff member has the largest sweet tooth? Give y'all a few more seconds. Okay. The twins. Gio or Edwina. Marta does have Marta does have M&Ms in the office all the time, though.
Yeah, we actually didn't have an answer to this question. We were wondering what our staff would say.
Yep.
We made arguments for just about everyone. Marta has M&Ms. Amy bakes a lot, but then we also realized Amy bakes a lot, but doesn't always eat her sweets. She loves to share those. So
yes.
And then we got the twins who are always talking about that PCC vegan chocolate cake.
This is true. and also Aisha loves cookies.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's a hard one. But Marta is, we do catch Marta eating M&Ms a lot.
Yes, we do. Okay. You want to ask the next question?
Next question is, which staff member is the biggest foodie?
Ooh, also controversial. Who knows? tough one. Tomasi. Yes. Thomas and Geo. Thomas. Yo. Thomas. And that's a tough one. What did you say, Georgia? Yeah, that question. Yeah, it's true. Trick question.
Our whole staff loves to eat. You can, on campus, you can catch us in the lunchroom at noon eating our food, and most of us bring home cooked meals. So,
yes.
All right, 2 questions to go.
Okay. All right, y'all ready? Who is the biggest grammar hawk? Who likes to edit our stuff? Who's the hardest? Folks, finish that real quick. Hold them up. Yes, it's definitely Marta.
We do got the up and comer Amy right in the wings, waiting to take over that role.
Amy would rival me.
For sure. Great work, team.
All right, y'all, last question of the session. Which staff member has the biggest plant collection at the center?
Ooh.
I will have to say, at the center, Geo and Georgia are definitely our plant people. So is Marta. Marta's got a bunch of plants in her office too. But what Geo knows, and the reason why he said me, was because my plant collection has grown at home.
True. All right.
That concludes our session today with Doris and Thomas. We do have some announcements before you all go. We hope you enjoyed our time together today, and we hope to see you all for the rest of the week. Come join us with some coffee and tea. But we'll hand it over to Amy for some announcements.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much, Thomas and Doris. I feel like I like really connected with all my colleagues during that time. It's fun to see us being in sync or not in sync on some of those. So thank you all for attending our first ThunderWeek program. And thank you to all of my colleagues in CLS and CCIE for participating today. We hope that this gave you a chance to get to know us a little bit, and we hope that you will plan to stay connected with us in the future. We are all here to support you whatever ways we can. So now that you know a little bit more about what we do and who we are, please reach out. We are so happy to connect with you. On the screen in the chat box, you'll find a link to our ThunderWeek feedback form. Your feedback is so critical in enhancing our programs. So we would greatly appreciate it if you could share a little bit about what you thought about this program. And a reminder that if you didn't check in when you first arrived, please do so before you leave. Be sure to join us for more ThunderWeek events coming up later today, actually at 12 p.m. We will have 20 questions with Dr. Mosby and ASHC, as your student government leaders. And then tomorrow morning is our next Coffee With event, and we will have Coffee with Academic Success at 10 a.m. So we have representatives from a few different offices that support your academic success who will be joining us. And you can find the Zoom links and the full schedule on our CLS website, cls.highline.edu/ThunderWeek. And then be sure to follow CLS and CCIE on Facebook and Instagram to keep up to date on our upcoming programs and learn more about the amazing student leaders that we get to work with. And if you're not so much on the social media, if email's more your speed, you can subscribe to our biweekly email newsletter, and there's a bit.ly on there, bit.ly/CLS-CCIE-news. It's also on the CLS website if you don't want to remember that bit.ly link. But we will start sending those emails out next week. And so that's a great way to kind of get a digest of what's coming up. So thank you all again for attending. And we hope to see you at the next event soon. Have a good afternoon.